Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akdash, the one is the apostle GMS. So teachings to you, I can push the word with truth and sincerely. Today I'm going to go into a quick topic, Lord willing, this video will be edifying. But I'm going to get straight to the point. 2 Corinthians 5:18 says, and all things are of God, who have reconciled us to himself by Yahushua Mashiach, and have given to us the ministry of reconciliation. We know that Yahweh sacrificed Yahushua, his only begotten son, to die for the elect's sins. Through Yahushua, we're able to still be here, man. It's because really we all deserve death, We all have sins, but Yahweh being that sacrifice, we're able to still deal, and that's that's mighty, man. It's just, and knowing the things that our Lord went through is, man, it was hard, man. Only he was able to do that. It's John Salakia. John 14:6. Yahushua save unto him. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So, through Yahushua is the mediator, man. He's like our big lawyer. He talks to Yahweh for us. He is that entrance, You can't get it no other way. There's no other way. You gotta go through him, through Yahushua. The Yahushua tells his father everything. This is so let me get it real quick. 1 Peter 3:18. 1 Peter 3:18. And just knowing that sacrifice that he did, that's why we're here and still dealing, because Yahushua was that sacrifice. Through him, we're able to still deal, because he is our mediator. We go through him, and Yahushua tells Yahweh, that's why there is no other way. It's through him. This 1 Peter 3:18. For Mashiach also have once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God. That's why we're still be able to deal, man. Because Yahushua suffered this. He had to suffer through all that. The Lord was, man, shit, how you call it? We all would have been doomed, But Yahushua being that sacrifice, we're able to still deal. Because Yahushua, he gives out the message to Yahweh, man. And look, hey, your sons, your children, they're still dealing. They're out here in the highways and hedges. They're praying to you. They're following the statutes, commandments to your best of your ability. You know, they're pushing out your word, your name. Defending the gospel. You know, he's telling, Yahweh Shai is telling that to Yahweh, man. It says, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to God, being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Spirit. You know, Yahweh Shai suffered, man. He suffered a lot. And only he was able to finish that mission, you know. But it's heavy, that's why, you know, this truth shouldn't be taken to light. You know, we're able to still deal because of Yahweh Shai, the things he suffered and being that sacrifice, you know. This is Matthew's 15 and 24. Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And I'm going to reread that. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know? Israel was lost, but see, that's another thing, is that this is only for Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Negroes, so-called Native Americans, so-called Mexicans, and so-called Puerto Ricans, you know? This word is only given unto Israel. You know, and that's who Yahweh Shai has died for. The elect, for his sins, you know? Now I'm going to get Isaiah. Isaiah 53 and 4. Isaiah 53 and 4. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. You know, the thing is that Yahweh Shai went how you call it? The things that he went through for his people. You know, the humiliation, the pain, the sorrow, all that he went through for the elect's sake, you know, for his sins. That's why we're able to still deal, man, through Yahweh Shai, because he is the mediator, man. We go through him, you know, and he gives out the message to Yahweh. That, hey, look at him. You know, he's praying, he's repenting, he's doing all that he can. You know, from all the brothers, you know, Yahweh Shai is giving out that message. That, hey, your servants, they're back and they're doing their work. You know, they're repenting. That's why this truth shouldn't be taken lightly, man, because this is very important. But that's what I want to go into, you know. Hopefully this video was edifying. Hey, there's no other way, man. There's no other way around it. It's through Yahweh Shai, you know? But hopefully the video was edifying. I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakatash. The one is to Apostle GMS. It's all teaches to you I can push in the way with truth sincerely. Till next time, Shalom.